it's working? Okay, every time I come in here, my cable management situation is strange and worse, and I've gotten this, I don't know, arm for a microphone. I'm just sort of draping the charging cable over that business. Magdala! Hello to you, Magdala. Are you trying to murder YouTube users? Are you... Anyways, this is amusing the hell out of me because what in the world? Hello to you. How are you? Okay, now with I don't know, the typical I don't know, stream schedule. Okay, I thought I was gonna finish that sentence, but not exactly, huh? Okay, what the hell thoughts are on my head? Banning the Magdala, apparently. It is kind of funny to get into I don't know, whatever the hell rivalry thing when I don't know, there's only Blue Name on one side. And hello to you, Ziggy. How are you? How you doing? How you feeling today? The topic of the stream can, as always, be whatever's on your mind. However, I've tried to take a little bit of our suggestions. I met wedding where their marriage, honeymoon, something like that. Anyway, okay, so this is set to laugh. I'm extremely insulted. Why are you laughing, Shadow? This is serious. Because you laugh at my misfortune as well. Why do you think I'm laughing? Because it's funny. And if it's not funny, then I will laugh. Oh God, It's been a long week, has it not? It's been a long week, has it not? There's Magdala saying, I'm very sick, I'm dead, I'm currently dying, I'm sad you got COVID in the big 2-5. My gosh, I wish it were called COVID-19 so that it could be left in 2019. And also certain topics, I don't know, get things restricted to a degree if you say it like too early within the video. So I'm like saying that and then being like, how soon into this video did I say that out loud exactly? Why am I getting headlines directly to my emails? This is not what I want. One thing that's made me a little bit, I don't know, start the stream not the time I wanted to is I put my phone in the freezer. I thought that was gonna be cool and okay because I'm pretty sure that electronics love being cold, right? So obviously I put a little thingy in the freezer. Apparently that can maybe cause condensation on the inside of your phone. It's in there for 20 minutes. I mean, it's working right now, but maybe it destroys the battery life. I was already doing things to destroy the battery life, so who knows? Hey, wishing you a very get well soon, Magdala, please. I hope that your sense of smell comes through with this one. You're saying COVID still exists, what am I paying taxes for? Well, if the state of public health is anything to go by, if you happen to be an American citizen, you're paying taxes to create more COVID. A second version, maybe even a third or a fifth. I'm paying taxes over here, so, pay a little bit of tax to every government, and then they can never treat you bad. That's a sentence I just said. Hello to Lotus. Here I am, and here you are, and how are you, and what is going on? Pay every country taxes at once. We're on the same wavelength. There's paying taxes all around the world. I'm like the Santa Claus for taxes. There's video suggestions as a thing that can happen in this stream, but also when I said the sentence like we're on the same wavelength because we both thought of the thing pay taxes to every country at once or a whole bunch of them. I found somebody in my endless quest to socialize who made an entire visual novel little thingy for a game jam. This intrigues me. I played one route. Now there's only one ending, but you can go a different place in the middle. This also intrigues me, and so a visual novel and what's it called? Video suggestions for reactions are things that can maybe happen in here. But also, I'm also drawing a wedding, a marriage for Discord reasons. Who feels like a Discord kitten today? I'm waiting for the sequel, the 20. One would think so, but it's got to be whatever year that we're in, right? To keep track of it. There's Loda saying, I'm doing pretty well. I've been making excellent progress in my befriending. Yeah. Okay, nice. I've got snacks for the weekend. I'm almost completely caught up on schoolwork. That's so beautiful. Part of the reason that I had to cancel the earlier in the week stream was because I'm like, in one of my classes, I'm straight up 3 weeks behind. That's nuts. That's insane. That's balls. Yeah. But and so now that I'm streaming again, I'm still 3 weeks behind. 4 if I'm not careful. But now I feel differently about it. And that's the main difference, that it's allowed me to stream this time. We're gonna feel differently about that. So whenever you see my face in your screen, you look at that and you say, I don't want to be like that, and you say, I'm gonna do better, and you say, I want good things for myself in life, and then you'll be so motivated, please. And then there's Magdalene saying, ice nice. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, ice is a substance too. You don't have to use the spell of deportation on people. Good God. Okay, things are blowing up. Friends at schoolwork. You guys living in a parallel reality. Well, at least one of those for some of us. There's Gregory declaring yourself a Discord fish. I'm loving it. Go fishing. You're on this magma too? Oh my, some sort of title is ensuing. Wait, is it like a title card? You're saying you're still 3 weeks behind. What the fuck did you do all week? Now well, because there's a late penalty of 10% for whatever I turn in late, obviously I have to try to get this week's stuff in first, even if I didn't understand last week's. That's going okay. That's going okay. I kind of believe in myself. I should probably end this one 30 minutes early. I don't know, but I feel so relaxed right now. Like time doesn't even exist. And as we know, the best way to manage your homework is through whatever arbitrary emotion you're feeling at the moment, right? So, there's, a home of the evil creatures? Oh my goodness. There's asking what things mean. Okay, there's this blowing up and Magdala being a Discord kitten. Okay, wait, I'm looking up specifically wedding. I'm looking up wedding so that I can like maybe a stock photo? A stock photo. Do you think that maybe some people, do you think it's possible to get a discount on your professional wedding photos if you decide to add them to a library of stock photos? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting when I look up the words wedding stock photo on Google. Huh, interesting. So, there's Magdalene saying, my dude, don't stream for a few weeks, you cannot fail, please, don't be behind on homework. Thank you, I'm feeling very encouraged. I've started this one, as you may notice. I don't know, the plan for today was kind of see how little I can sleep and how much I can think at once. Usually the ratio of sleeping to thinking, usually the thinking goes down as the sleeping also goes down. Okay, so Let's look at these. Can I do this? There's so she's like, wait, are you preparing your wedding? Okay, I forgive you, that's sweet. This would be a plausible thing that could happen, but what's happening here is I'm drawing fan art of this image specifically. Is it just the head of a bear? Is it just the head of a bear? All right, yeah, we're down for that maybe. And the fan art, as you may be able to see in the Discord under, what was that, server suggestion, stream suggestions? There's a wedding with the bear. And then there's, okay, wait, you're a full bear, don't worry, alright. Because there's some interesting poses that we could also accomplish. Okay, what kind of a creature was happening here? Sort of a alien versus a predator? Or neither of those. You've been infected by invincible brain rot. I keep having invincible on the brain. Why are you putting me here? Just because I'm evil creature? Oh my stars. Why is there there doesn't have to be an iFunny label on it. This is just my thumbnail. This is just oh my god. And what goes on here? The Mateo. Appearance of the Mateo. What sort of the Mateing arts shall we see today? Hello to you. Hope you're doing alright. And, okay, so there's like a... If I draw this simply based on vibes, is it going to be alright? Alright, so let's go like this. And go like this. What is this design from, by the way? Where and how? Because it's looking very cool. Looking kind of like a star fruit in the cranium. Looking kind of like a bunch of strawberry seeds in the cranium. What's happening here? This is oh my gosh. You changed your little profile image. Okay, there's the Berator. Half man, half Thor. Oh my. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is a very epic romantic pose. Maybe I'm flipping. Maybe I'm putting things around. Let's figure this out. No, Magdala saying I'm doing Romeo and Juliet this year, guys. Wish me luck. I'll be the rug behind the tower. Just kidding, I'm Juliet. Is this for real? Is this for real? That sounds very cool. Oh my goodness. Are you having acting chops? Are you having skills, as they say? Are you having acting experience? This is how exciting. How very exciting. Right, what does a bear look like? There's sort of a snout, and perhaps I shall look at what actual bears look like for this one, and switch to the other phone as I use an incredible amount of battery on the first one. Just because you get a, I don't know, old ass phone or something and then a new ass one doesn't mean that you, I don't know, have to quit your old ass one immediately. In fact, perhaps it is double useful. I keep getting the videos suggested to me, paying strangers to cook for me. What the hell country is this individual in now? Huh. Aw. I'm always clicking on those for the thumbnail specifically. Would you cook for me? Because I want to see what the person cooks like based on what they looks like. And perhaps that's shallow, perhaps that's something, but it's never the person in the thumbnail. I mean, it's always a lovely adventure, but still. Okay, what was I looking at? I'm looking at bear. I'm looking at bear. Stock image, not stock market. There's declaring I'm gonna eat cereal because it's cereal time. You know what time is cereal time? Because it's cereal time. Hint, I eat cereal for dinner. It's cereal time, eat cereal, or I'm committing war crimes against your house. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, magnificent. Okay, fascinating. There's back to the saying it is for real indeed. We don't have girls that wanted to be Juliet. We have 2 girls, so I was very brave and decided to become the Juliet. This is so beautiful. This feels like, why do I want rom-coms to start this way? I know that acting is acting, but I want it to be the start of a story. You're asking why I was in a shoebox? Well, I actually started this channel, this YouTube channel, when we first moved into this house and the cabinets were totally empty. Nowadays, there's a bunch of pots and pans that would chop me into 1 billion pieces if I ever wanted to go in there again. You're talking about Femboy Juliet, Best Juliet? I want this to be a webtoon that I read 100 chapters of. I want this. Okay, there's being in Rome. There's Lotus saying, good night, I've been told. Now I'm free of multitasking. You have my full attention, Jaro. We shall party. This would be a pretty funny moment to leave. It's alright. I'm also back. I've just sort of traded the phone that I had that was running low on battery or whatever. Traded that for a Yan Yan snack. I prefer the chocolate version of this, but when I got this about a month or half a month ago, in the store they didn't have. Wow! Hi, Hegpie. Hey, Hegpie. You're making an animation for a short. For a 24-hour competition, and it starts in an hour. Pray for me. You should have calculated this in a different way. You should have woken up at exactly the 24-hour after, specifically. I don't know, an 8-hour sleep. But no, it's happening now. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm wishing you luck. The creative spirit is in the air, dare I say, and. And I'm wishing you the best. Oh my gosh. There's some things happening, some leaving happening, some coming back happening, some cereal happening. It's been 5 seconds and I'm suffering from fear of abandonment. Thanks again for the art tips from art club and stuff. I feel like I should send this business, since I don't know, word association. Hegpie helped. I asked for advice on how to make things dynamic in the arts, and it's going cool. There's hindsight 2020. I'll simply plug it out. Here's to you, simply thugging it out. Oh my goodness, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Simply the best of luck. How do you make an animation in 24 hours? How do you make animation at all? Well, I guess we'll see after 24 hours. You gotta remember to link things in the Discord if you will. Oh my goodness, a visit from Kid Artist. Were you drawing Hitalias last time? That was some high quality stuff, dare I say. Getting into some Hitalia. Yes, anyway, so what was I looking at? Oh yeah, trying to find a little bit of cool art to share. Okay, I definitely need to make some adjustments, but I've been, before my class, I've been having in-person drawing with somebody that I meet, and then we can both focus together in drawing in the sketchbook. Dang it. Okay, I think I messed up the chest. I'm doing some Kaiju number 8 fan art. I will send this in the Discords. Now actually, what? lately I've been wondering if I keep giving away my entire location in photos that I share because it's like in there, but also I okay, like how often is that done in the Discord? Anyway, I'm getting a million times distracted. There's Hype saying, I can't believe I'm missing the art practice stream. Good luck, Shadow. Thank you for the good luck. There's a 5 animator team. Oh my goodness, how the hell that gonna turn out? There's gonna be I've been spelling your name wrong since the start. Well, what's going on here? The adventures of animation are happening to you. You're saying, Hagpie doesn't need luck. Not in animation. The competition judges will have to award him all the positions, 1 per frame of animation. Oh my my. There's okay. Some. I mean, oh okay. Honestly, with the spelling of the wait. Why are you trying to peg high Hagpie? With the spelling of everything. Okay, let's send a little bit of this going on in here. Because this was a thing that I asked for feedback, and that's why I send it in the Discord, because there was a I had drawn it, and then there was a Hagpie. Anyway, you're saying Peghai is my father's name, and now there has been much to think about with the, I don't know, positioning of chest and arms and maybe legs, but I am thinking that I will block legs with a massive tail, because that is a privilege that this character has, as I try to draw an unusually large drawing for me. I can't tell if I'm messing up the face yet. It's a bit soon to tell if I am messing up the face. Okay, but that's what's happening before my class on Tuesday kind of thing. I keep working on that, and it's very exciting, dare I say. Okay, you've been saying Shadow Yellow for years. I know you have, but I thought that was on purpose. I thought you were messing with me. Okay, there's saying I think that looks very cool with a K, and you can tell when things are extra cool because the you've spelled it with a K. What is that? 90s style. I can feel the extra coolness there. Alright, let's look up pictures of real actual bears, and then we'll have a real actual wedding photo. A little bit of square-ish sort of shape happening. No, okay, so it's more like there's a mouth, there's a chin, and then it's kind of what, like that? I don't know, but the ears, that's kind of a lump, is easier to pick up on. There's Nico Chuju declaring, I've been gone 5 minutes. Did I miss anything? There's you saying the face looks very normal to me. It's specifically the character from Kaiju number 8. You're saying this is your Oki Smash username. You would excuse me. I chose these letters. How many letters have I got here? It's 5, right? It's 5, right? I'm mousing over my own self. Yeah, that's... Shit, I can't count. Straight up, I can't. Alright, I chose my 6 letters very specifically and conscientiously, so that I would have a username that was completely unique and also had no numbers in it, and that was my thought process behind choosing this. Alright, what other features can I add to a very fluffy bear? Okay, so the eyes, the bear eyes are kind of like that, but also it's kind of like this. There's kind of features around it for all of that. Wait, is lag happening? Okay, lag coming onto you. Pause, but still, there's Xenogoth drawing the Duolingo owl, threatening us. Oh, Spanish or Bonjuro. Damn. Yeah, that's where my username is from, actually. Second half of that. So here's somebody who learned who failed to learn Spanish, and as you can see, Pop has subsequently vanished, much like the friend that I tried to make, who was Hispanic and blocked me on Hispanic Heritage Month. Okay, Hegpie saying, if you could have the skills of Spencer Wan or Amy Thompson, which would you pick? How long has it been since I've seen Amy Thompson? Because I feel like Spencer Wan is also powered very specifically by the power of gay, by the power of homosexuality, in addition to incredible amounts of hard work and talent. There's a little extra, a little extra on top. And okay, but let's see. Amy Thompson, please. Ooh. So I'm seeing like more detailed here. Ooh, oh my god. Yeah, it's been positively 1 million years if I have seen clips from Amy Thompson. I'm looking at some action analysis as a little dinosaur can take off. Is this work from Big Hero 6 as well? Why is I've confused myself if I scroll just a little bit too far. Okay, and then is this like more detailed animation? I'm seeing a short film. Wow. Wait a second. If I look on this channel, have I seen more of this stuff? No, I haven't actually. Where in the world? You're saying Amy Thompson has unmatched level of sapphic though. Okay, wait, my first instinct was to look this up on YouTube to see if I recognized stuff. Okay, went to Sheridan, is animating K-pop Demon Hunters, Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay, between Raya and the Last Dragon and K-pop Demon Hunters, I can see where the levels of sapphic would be off the roof. Oh my god, this is too powerful, dare I say. Oh my goodness, what in the world? Okay, would you say that Amy Thompson is skewing a little bit more toward ornate character design, and then Spencer Wan has like a little bit more, here's the timing, here's the motion, here's okay, because I am now literally as we speak absorbing knowledge of Amy Thompson specifically, whereas naturally the Lumity dance and the Hades trailer animation for Spencer Wan are a little bit burned into my head. I guess it's just times when I was on the internet looking at the internet and I entered my head. Okay, so I did pick that up from just an initial search. Alright, the Spencer Wan stuff blows me away. Are you trying to teach me? Thank you for trying to teach me. What I'm behind on specifically is my computer networking class. YouTube is so they keep telling me another level of detail on how everything works in computers, and then I keep laughing when I read wireless access protocol, because of course it is abbreviated to WAP, and what am I? Am I a proper person? Am I a mature adult, or have I seen somebody do a John Mulaney impression of WAP by Cardi B? It's one or the other. I don't know if I'm making it through this class. And not just because of the 3 weeks of being behind on that. Anyway, so let's take on this. You're saying, okay, if it was done on purpose, what does Jodo mean? It means that there's no numbers in the name, and it was supposed to be pronounceable, and I've failed at that. So in a way, through creating my channel, it really does, God, the face. Okay, it really does represent all of the designs, all of the dreams that I had for my creative process and my life and myself. The dreams that, I don't know, start out with a certain amount of intentions and a certain pathway that I could follow that did not come to fruition, one could say. Anyway, what I'm looking at is marriage. I'm looking at wedding. Stock photo, please. You're saying Duolingo is the priest at this wedding? Oh, this is going good. This is going good. You're gonna have to really, really learn your vows. You're gonna have to I don't know, listening exercise, speaking exercise, mix and match an exercise on those vowels. Okay, so your name is Magdala. Sam, is my nose bleeding a little bit? No, okay. That's just a residual bloods. Okay, you thought it sounded good. You're saying it does sound good, like the mac and cheese. You're wondering if you're being the weakest of them all. Okay, there's Pythagorean theorem happening. Heck by saying she's mainly on Twitter, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to send you on a scavenger hunt. I'm just obsessed with her art. Honestly, from just an initial look, is looking magnificent. Okay, did the famous Gwen drawings for Spider-Verse too. This is so beautiful. There's Magdala saying, you know, I was also very late on my homeworks all the time. I remember hating trigonometry so hard I almost failed math. And I suppose that part of my problem was finding out that I can submit things late if I just and the system, since it's like an automatically graded thing, it still takes the submission if you have the web page open. So guess who hasn't rebooted my computer in a month? It's me. I haven't rebooted my computer in a month. Okay, so there's this sickeningness happening. Perhaps learn your vowels in Spanish or you will object. See, that's goddamn hilarious. That's freaking hilarious. And there's skill issue. I got a way better 6-letter name with no numbers. Okay, but aren't you like going onto various websites and finding that your username is various amounts of taken? Is it not? Is it not? Am I making a prediction here? Am I talking on my ass here? Would tell me something that I don't know. Alright, so I'm looking at stock photos of weddings. We can put this together. We can use specifically lesbians as a reference because I think I like their posts the most. You're saying your COVID variant can go through the screen. Finally, we're all excused from Zoom calls. Get that Zoom call out of my face, hoes. Alright, you're saying I just have a lot of boogers. It's a congenital issue. The things you say to me. Are you know programming languages? Does this mean that if I have questions on networking class, then you can know the answers, and then presumably, I'm presuming that if you knew the answers, you would simply choose not to tell me how to solve them, because this just sort of fits your vibe as a creature, as an event, as something that sort of happens. Alright, so what sort of body shall I put? It doesn't feel like a proper bear unless I put sort of a my goodness, I've had the eraser too small. Unless I put this thing going on with the neck. Is that a hump? Is that a hump? Anyway, so here's this, and what we want next is paws, and then there's, I know programming languages, I know nothing about networking, it's a totally different subject. Alright, yeah, honestly, that makes so much sense. I was just sort of tossing one out in the darkness. I did kind of figure that this is like seeing somebody fry some eggs and being like, so could do you have any experience in perhaps baking a souffle? Totally different thing. Okay, so here we go, and here is a paw. Actually, what do I want an arm to be made of? Let's go back here. Let's peep some human proportions for this, and it can go like this. Actually, let's go a little bit lower with this. Okay, that doesn't really make any sense, but I'm going to ignore that. And then we want sort of a pause thing happening, but it's standing upright, so this is somewhere in between furry and bear. Wait, I've just said that as if bears don't stand upright all the time. Alright, well, we're just going to keep guessing out through all of this. There's Magdala, who knows how to do a souffle. Okay, when you said, I know how to do that, I thought you were going to say, know how to set up the internet and also a server and also a bunch of the servers and also connect them all to a switch and then know what all of this means. The souffle makes more sense. There's so much incentive all the time to learn a little baking, to learn a little cooking. You know why? Because there's a little treat at the end of it. God. Well, that seems wonderful. How did it turn out? Because I hear those things freaking collapse. I hear they collapse quite easily. So if you got to eat it afterward, and it was in fact a souffle, then that sounds like it must have been a success. All right, what I'm looking up next is bear standing up. Bear standing up. What we're doing. The dish was so much work. Really? Creme brulee once or twice. My goodness. When I was little, my parents would take me to buffets and stuff because I guess we were competitively, I don't know, eating or whatever. That's not true whatsoever. I've just sort of tacked that on in a way that doesn't even make any sense. There were creme brulees at there, and I used to get as many of those as I could get. Those they are very hard to make. Well, I feel sort of bad for craving them as much as I sometimes do. Wow, I'm looking at bears here. This freaking rocks. I'm looking at bears. This is great. All right. We definitely want this arm to be a little bit more up, and a little bit, what do we call this, tilted? Can I tilt? Sure. A little up, a little tilt, and then your hands can be up. It will all work out. Big bear, you make creme brulee. The dish was so much work, you only know how to scramble eggs. And it's kind of reassuring when you know how to make scrambled eggs, because if you mess up trying to make the eggs the other way, you just sort of scribble yourself in there a little bit. The scrambled. It makes sense. Creme brulee seems so yummy, but I'm pretty sure I can't even eat it. Really? It's like a custard and then the sugar. You get the does diabetes cause some sugar limits? What's got you not eating it in capability? Like, even if you made it from home, could you not eat it? Oh my goodness. Magdala saying, "Dear Jaro, I'm a complete dummy. I wouldn't know about smart guy stuff." See, I like trying to force myself to believe the opposite about myself. You're showing up to your wedding naked, by the way. Naked. That's one naked bear. I try to make myself believe good things about myself, such as I could learn anything if I had enough time. The problem with that, however, is that sometimes I have less time than other people because it takes me a long time to do things, and then it takes them a short time, and so and so that can be slightly demotivating, but I wish to extend this belief to you as well. Oh Lord, I need to go to the chiropractor. Have you seen how bears are? They're a little bit like this. Yeah, okay, it's nowhere near this bad. I have kind of bungled this one. I've kind of messed this one up, honestly. If, can I interest you in being gaslit? Can I interest you in being a little bit gaslit? Okay, there's there's a little bit of horror going on with the bear. There's actually saying I still need to learn how to cook the scrambled eggs. How to scramble them without the shells. Well, the shells kind of help break it up now, don't they? They kind of help break it up now, don't they? Okay, so what we want from this is a little reference image, like this, a little... What happened that you are the creature, by the way? I'm looking in Discord and you are the creature. Hello to Aisha Love. Hello. What's new with you lately? What's happening? What's going on? There's Magdala saying, I'm so angry about the spelling thing. Makes so much sense what you're saying for your own name. Yeah, the longer I go on, the more I'm like, alright, maybe the X was a mistake. I already secured the YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, and Reddit for this username specifically, so I'm a little bit attached to it, but I don't know, on YouTube I could change the X to like a dot, and then that would sort of tell people how it's pronounced. Alright, what happened that you are the creature? This is cool, by the way. This is pretty cool, by the way. Alright, so here's your rib cage, and then what do these legs look like from the side? Kind of like this, kind of like this, kind of like this. Alright, skinny legend. Alright, skinny legend. There's Aisha Love saying, as you can see, sleep still escapes me. Good God, how strong was that caffeine? It's not the caffeine anymore, right? It's that was the main thing that was in my head last. Something else has. Oh dear, I'm hiccuping. Dear goodness, I'm hiccuping. Wait a second. I can only be viewed on a phone or a desktop or a TV, and all of these make blue light. Wait, quick, put a red light, blue light filter over me. Do it. Okay, get so sleepy. You haven't had caffeine in a week. Oh my goodness. There's the shells adding the crunch. You are lighting your gases. That's how you look in real life. You know? We can dig it indeed. Remember, if there's over 12 a.m., where any of you live, I'll go there and put you to sleep, so hopefully we're all in a reasonable time of day. Ooh, the most threatening 20 minutes after 12 a.m. Oh, I keep wondering how best to socialize with people, because I've had so far just one cancellation that I know of. One cancellation and then one ghosting that was objectively kind of justified and really funny. But the cancellation makes me sort of overanalyze what happened and like what I should do next when trying to socialize with this person, even though theoretically I could just like ask a ton of questions to achieve the clearest amount of communication. I don't know what level of questions is like sort of burdensome or unmanageable for me to ask, because I don't know, want people to have all of the answers and then they don't. That's just how that's happening. You're talking about Courtney Smosh. Can confirm this is how my hubby looked like. Ayada, very cute, extremely hot. Oh my goodness. The creature. What was that? There's someone at the door. Oh God, is it? Okay. Am I committing to this for the next situation? Because I am now seeing some bears standing up. Wow, now that's a sentence that would be so scary in a lot of situations. Even though the long bare neck is very common when you're horizontal as opposed to vertical. It doesn't go that way necessarily when standing up. Does not go that way. So you could lean over a little bit, right? That happens to bears, right? I don't know. Anyway, we will what we're gonna do is just sort of move the whole body lower. What's happening? What's going on? What's happening and what's going on? Go like this. Huh. That kind of puts the hands right up on the booty. All right, that's the new artistic decision happening. All right, a little bit of fuzzy is here, a little bit of like this. Okay, a change in posture, a chiropractor, dare you say? Yeah, chiropractor was invented by like a ghost or something. That must be really great for people who visit a chiropractor and also believe in ghosts. You know, Courtney Smalsh, you're drawing Germany and Italia from Italy. Wait, no. You're drawing the Germany and Italy from the Italia. My goodness, I dare say that you're going to pick up all of the skills involved in drawing all of the animes. It's pretty neat. Here's the eyeballs of looking respectfully, of looking and admiring. You know what? This is turning out really cute over here. Maybe it's just because that's a little Italian, but that's turning out very cute. Am I having a stroke? What's the last thing that I said to suggest that I'm having a stroke? Because I've just sort of said several things all in a row. And if one of those is associated with the dangers of having a stroke, I don't know it. I do not know it. Okay, so there's the YouTube links happening. There's resisting being knocked out. Just wanted to make a barely jokey accent joke and my autocorrect freaked me over again. Oh, where was that going? Oh, the best gay romance happening? Oh, okay. I'm behind several messages. Chamomile tea would burn through your body. Most interesting. Your adrenaline would cause it to combust. My goodness. Do you suppose it's due to elevated levels of stress due to life situation things happening? I wonder what would help. I'm not a doctor. Is this what people smoke weed about? Is this the solution? Time for weed? Maybe not. But also there is the exercising. Okay, so saying, well, yes, I mentioned that in my Discord message. Okay, here I am several paces behind. I wish you the best, but okay, it is illegal here. That seems kind of ironic. I'm trying to. Okay, wait. Let's look up. Where does marijuana originate from? Central Asia, Hindu mountains, Pakistan. Okay. Every day I learn some more. All right. What was I looking at also on this phone? Pictures of a bear standing up. Alright, but you still know it's so... I get all the laughs and all the consequences. Wait, there's combustion happening in the joke. There's Italia happening over here. There's misspelling happening over here. The suggestion of a joke isn't as funny as actually making it. We're encouraging Magdala to make the joke, and here I am at the wedding. Okay, what happens... A little bit of the creature. This is a cool darn creature. I feel like you told me about the about who's put together arts of the creature before. And by the creature, I mean the true and glorious real form. Okay. Did you just... Every time. Every time. Okay, wait, that misspelling wasn't even supposed to happen, but that is hilarious. Okay, I thought you were doing that on purpose. I thought you were making combustion puns on purpose. Okay, so here we go with a little bit of this, looking sort of radishy. Have I eliminated your neck on accident? Me when people get the discount healthcare. Alright, so here's a little bit of this and a really amazing, let's have a second leg up in here. And then we can have a tail, but you know what? Let's make the tail being in a heart shape. Why not? Because that's super cute. Okay. And marriage is happening. Also funny it was originated around here, but still illegal. It feels it just feels like the most irony that there could be. Just like if I'm now like trying to wonder where like beer or wine originates from. What is that? There's like evidence of beer in like what, ancient Egypt, and now I'm like trying to think, what if one of those was made illegal in its place of origin? What if sake was made illegal in Japan? It feels like it's probably had cultural applications or something. How ridiculous is that someone else's cultural standard can come in and impose something? Okay, so they're saying, what's illegal? Are we listing those crimes again? Let me search for the book. Do not search for the book, and do not add to the end of the book that perhaps on my list of crimes is destroying the book where my crimes are listed in. No, because that wouldn't even be a crime, so it wouldn't even be in there. We're talking about addictive substances. I do wonder. Love, adrenaline, serotonin. The more I try to socialize, the more it's really remarkable to me how much social interaction, I don't know, changes my brain chemistry or something. Okay, so go like this. We can have some twinkly little eyes. Okay, like this. And then perhaps a little nose, sort of like this. Little bit of hearts in between you. And that is this the essence of marriage? Shall I draw a little marriage outfit or something? There's throwing flowers. Would you like a little hat for a marriage outfit? Oh, there can also be a little tie. This is very cool. And okay, so what did we go into? You know about it, probably Greece. PT? Huh? No. What did you know about? What do you think you know about when you first started that sentence? Okay, ancient Egypt, really surprising. I mean, there was something like that. I don't know if it's like the end all be all origin, or if people developed that like parallel, but they definitely had some yeast. They had some yeast in the Egypt, and then they had some fermentation, and then as nature goes, they got super sauced and stuff. Alright, go like this. Is this what bow ties look like, or is it... Okay, wait, no, that's what bows look like. Bow tie is just the two of the things, and then like this. Oh, very fancy, very cute. This I should love saying. It's like how people here say being gay isn't our culture, as if homophobia wasn't straight from the colonizers. What's even up? Oh, straight from the And we're puns again. What am I drawing? Oh yeah, we've gotten pretty far into this drawing before before addressing that question, huh? So I took wait, this actually kind of started sort of because of in relation to you, Aisha Love. I put in here, although it wasn't like a big announcement. Maybe, okay, so here was, maybe you could draw a little something special for Aisha since she go through a lot. And I was like, this seems marvelous. Everyone can put one in, but then this is why I should at people. But then here we are with the first request being wedding of the creature. Anyway, now I'm remembering things. Can I also draw something to cheer you up, because I'm, as you may be able to see, something totally separate from all of that has happened. So what's something I could draw to cheer you up? Here's the direct question that maybe this should have led with. Here's the direct question that this should have led with. What's some good stuff? What's some stuff that makes you smile? Alright, so there's Inoka saying, I'm actually done with the Germany x Italy drawing. I even included the names of the characters in Japanese. Oh my goodness, you spelled them out. Oh, that's how you know it's serious. When we're learning the characters, when we're learning the symbols. There's some sonas happening. Something like that happening. The alien is me, the hubby Nico. The bear isn't really no C. The alien is me though. That's how I look in real life. Ouch. Oh. You know what? Put me in an anime. Ooh. I feel like I've seen some really cool inspiration for. Okay, and you let me know if you want my mind to go in a different direction, because there's a lot of genres out there, but I think I saw some really cool inspiration for magical girl type outfits lately, and so I'm wondering what we got. You saying I want to know what anime me looks like? You know what? We're gonna find this out. You know what? Here we go. Okay, I'm getting my reference images because that's how I operate. Okay, there's. Oh, I swear I will color that drawing you drew. It's so cute. Honestly, I was feeling a reasonable amount of complete on a silly little sketch. This is way further than I usually get with drawing. So if you're in here, if you want to add the colors and things, I think this would be a very beautiful way to do, I don't know, arts and things. Okay, let's put some things together, and then I'm looking for Reddit specifically, and then I'm looking for magical girl. What are we looking at? Alright. My search terms are too vague. This is devastating, because I've certainly seen this sort of thing before. Alternatively, get the freaking pen to work in Magma. That would de-stress me. Oh my. There's a shaking the SMH. Funny story, you pronounced Tentacles as you would Heracles while I was first learning English. To be fair, none of this makes any sense. Yeah, tentacles though. Tentacles. Blech. Okay, you now pronounce testicles like that. Well, that's good to know. You did that too, but it was a joke. I'm not that dummy. You know, sometimes a person has to be a little silly about it. Okay. Where would I I always think of myself as being somebody who saves so many reference images. And yet, right now, in my hour of need, when I really freaking want to understand what is magical, girl, where are we? Where are we now that we need ya? Sheesh. Scrolling through everything I've saved throughout the year, apparently. It's been a long year. It's been a long year. We're on month number 10 even. There's Nico Juju saying, I imagine me and hubby saying our vows would sound something like Bear Growl, ear-piercing screech, more Bear Growl. Ah, isn't it beautiful? Otherwise, maybe you never would have been able to communicate as a bear and an alien. But now, because you both happen to find a keyboard, here you are, communicating. Duolingo also helps. Okay, what else am I looking at? It's like you're making, it was like somebody, I keep thinking that if I Google specifically enough, then it's going to specifically work. Alright. Okay, where the hell would I have saved this? I either would have sent this to myself in one of the Discord servers where I only have myself. Okay, this is an entirely separate tangent now, but actually bugging me slightly. Okay, that's not the right channel because the most recent things are from 2024 in there. There's a stretched out noodly version of my arm in there. Now there's, oh my goodness, I've almost missed you. Hello to you. Hi Kai, how are you? You're saying hello chat. I enter with LGBT and sadness today. Well, there's several things that could be quite a bit upsetting. Would you like to talk about what's got you sad, what's got you down? Still, whatever happens, even if you would not like to talk about it, I hope you shall feel better. There's priests happening, good priests pronouncing in any language. There's some wondering what's happening. There's chamomile happening. What am I looking at here? Well, okay, so let's go here, back to the Reddit community that I saw this in, and was it like Sailor Moon, or was it just Magical Girl that I'm looking for this reference image in? Mostly not in a great mood, that's because Mother Nature is beating me up, so now I shall lurk in here. You feeling the internal imbalances, dare I say? Well, kick its ass back. Kick its ass back. My gentle encouragements. I believe in you. Okay, and we've got a bit of math in here though, so perhaps I'll go on to other pages. Even though this magnificent wedding is going very nicely. Yeah, let's have yet another page up in here. Well, it's good to see ya. I wish you well. Okay, so there's, oh god, why would Gaia do this? Xenogoth is saying, so is someone gonna help me fix the Magma website error that says graphics contest was lost? I have not seen this error before, but the only thing I can think of to do is to Google that. You're saying Mother Nature can kiss my ass. Father Tech is the only one welcome in this house. Oh my god, not daddy technologic. Not daddy technological. Mother Nature got some hands. I don't know if I can fight back. A little Tylenol, a little Advil, maybe. I, I, every time I hear Tylenol now, I do think of the meme, but that's a different level of despair in itself. Anyway, what I'm going to do right now is get. So this is because I thought that perhaps the reference image that I'm looking for is on this other phone that was charging, as opposed to the one that I looked things up with. Okay, what do I look up now? Maybe I saved this reference image and it would be somewhere in my 1,520 downloads. That seems plausible to me. Good God. I'm going through a range of emotions as I look at everything I've downloaded during the year, because they're kind of all attached to an emotional context. Wow, was some of this from right after finishing Disco Elysium? And I keep thinking I'm gonna find a context to use this image. Freak. Unleash the freak. But I have not done this so far. This is the only context in which freak has been unleashed. Wow. I thought that I was going to use this as drawing reference. What are we seeing here? Just sort of align that with the screen. Yeah, basically duality of man, because there's beautiful, excellent alternative version. Okay, there's reloading the page. Perhaps there's air fryer thoughts happening. I keep seeing stuff that makes me want to get back into the game, date everything, but also I keep being, afraid to do more stuff to this laptop specifically. I uninstalled my entire save file, but that's the only game where I have felt comfortable doing that, because of course Steam can back that one up. Alright, let's scoot the chair. Oh god. So air fryer is daddy tech. Oh right. The essential context. You're saying Mother Nature, a MILF, and daddy technology, a DILF, prove me wrong. There was actually a little bit of fan art of this, but it was some child speculating that Mother Nature's partner is Daddy Electric. And you know what? I love that. You know what? That's pretty great. You know what? That's pretty cool. So, this Magdella declaring, Mother Nature's a bitch. She gave me the worst cards at poker. Milta, mommy I'd like to avoid. Isn't that what everyone's own mother becomes during your teenage years, perhaps? If you're sneaking out of the house, your own mother becomes mommy you'd like to avoid? Alright, so you're claiming to be the child of the Mother Nature and the Daddy Electric, Daddy Technology, and there's referencing the game forever whether you do it again or not. I never got to an ending. I know that it would be a mixed ending, and maybe I could, look up the various things, but I'm subscribed to the subreddit, so I keep getting awesome reminders and stuff of cool routes that I haven't seen, of the 5 guys that are one guy, that are sort of 5 guys that are not burgers and fries, that's for sure, because they're all hangers. Alright, so there's Kai saying, Data everything mentioned. We needed that ASMR stream. That's what he's saying. Shadow, is that the sunlight behind you, or does the red shirt have white writing? Oh yeah, that's oh, I could see how that would come across as writing. It's looking specific up in here. That would be kind of a big font, wouldn't it? That is the sun. That's the sun from the star. But that would be kind of styling now, wouldn't it? That's a good size for text. I do think. I do believe. What day is it? Is the 3rd? Damn. The sun wasn't always falling on that part of the room during streams, wasn't it? God, we really are entering winter. Alright, there's Magdala declaring, has anyone seen the season 2 trailer for Has-Been yet? I'm excited. It kind of looks cool. I'm kind of wondering if it's going to lose a little bit of its like kitschy sort of over the top sort of stuff. I feel like if it tries to be too epic, if it tries to take itself too seriously, I feel like that would sort of lose the tone that people like signed up for. So I guess I hope that it won't take itself too seriously. And then when it decides to go very hard in the, I don't know, battle sequences that are promised that are gonna happen, then that's going to hit all the more. I have my entire phone open. The hell was I looking for? Oh right, art, reference, images, please? Did I save any of this? I would think so. I mean, you know what? I'll send this one in the Discord. It's not anything in particular. It's not even the art reference that I'm looking for. It just made me exhale a little bit. As you're able to hear, you're next to my microphone. You're getting the best of that exhale. Am I seeing Magical Girl anywhere? This is deathly. Is it October? It is October. It's almost November. It's not quite November. God, what is this? Anyway, so Hanks mentioned Zoro's not even real. How could you have the sun shining in? You know, I think that's the only reason that I don't have. It's the only reason I don't have glasses yet, because I kept my window open and exposure to natural light. I don't know. Keeps your eyeball correct. Meanwhile, my brother in the room across from me is in a dark painted room, and he keeps his window shut so he can win at Minecraft. And you know what, he has glasses. Alright, what else are we looking at? Is my streamer real, actually? Am I being parasocial to someone who actually exists? I keep saying it, but if the stream is small enough, it's just a type of a social interaction. Matrix had been collapsed. Alright, if it tries to be too epic, it would be ruthless. I'm waiting for it and hoping for it, but you know, I'm just a man. Oh, that's some good stuff. I do keep wondering if I should check out Hell of a Boss. Okay, I think I've tried to get into that once or twice. Hello, River! Oh my goodness. The last thing we talked about was a little bit of the Steven Universe. Did I write out the thought that I was having in words? That it's absolutely wild that Greg Universe stays friends with someone who is a shapeshifter who transforms into his dead wife to mess with him. You stay friends with someone like that. I understand that it's kind of his son's family, that like as a gem he doesn't really have a lot of other socialization options other than being sort of in proximity to Amethyst. But that's incredibly rough. All right, well, oh yeah, and you were talking about Fiona and Cake stills. Okay, if you tell me, if we all look out the window, we'll be seeing the same sun, connected by light minutes away by a star, conjoined by the cosmos. Ice burned, Cornea is melted, but together. Not just the same sun, but dare I say we're underneath little portions of the same sky. I mean, really little portions, to be fair. I'm excited for the Fiona and Cake business. I didn't see any of the stills, but for some reason I watched the entire sarcastic chorus video on that. You're writing, there's a pile of clothes on the bed, funny, since it's a perfect place for a camera to see it. Yeah, I find that especially funny since I set up a wall with art on it. I have a different wall with different art on it. I have 2 walls with art on them. That could be a really pretty stream background. And hell, I actually have an easel. I have an easel going on. We could have been easeling. But this entire time I've just been like, you know what? If my life is falling apart, if the pile of laundry is growing, then you're gonna see all of it. All right, what else are we seeing? Saying I'm a little bit behind. There's autocorrect, don't correct things. There's River saying I'm going to the biggest convention ever in Manila, cosplay Manila today. Oh, it's happening today, cosplay Manila indeed. Okay, well, good luck to you. There's have you watched Knights of Guinevere with Dana Terrace? And yeah, that was in a stream. My goodness, I should really timestamp that and or clip that. I should do one or the other. But yes, that was glorious. Okay. There's actually saying, if I look out the window, I'll see darkness and moon and stars. But you could schnorf some of the same atmosphere that we're in, sort of a little bit. Okay, it could be a little bit mixed up, a little bit more even with stuff. You don't want to get into hell of a. I would know. Okay, the character designs, they get me a little bit. Okay, so the sun is not there, but the moon is reflecting the sun. October 23rd for the 2nd season of Fiona and Cake. Oh my goodness, we obviously today you're seeing the darkness, so you guys are sharing some darkness. You have to watch other episodes of Knights of Guinevere on stream. You know what? I'm thinking of making like a little dedicated streamy thing for it. More clearly labeled, because clearly I've buried it in all of that other stuff going on, even though that was great. Goodbye to you, River. Have a good time at Cosplay Manila. My goodness. Oh, ooh, some detail happening in this art. Experimenting with the skin shading, are you? Alright, so what I've done, I've gotten a little bit up just now because I have an easel that I could put behind me. It's been like a half hour since I even drew a single brushstroke, but let's look at this. And as you can see, I've changed pants since I was last getting up. Okay. What is this? Let's just set that down really quick. And my background game could have been on point. Okay, I haven't had my headphones on, so I had to visually check for a moment there if the songs was still working. Okay, well that's a little bit to the side, and I can't tell if that's much better. I have an entire sound here. There's, my dude, if you watch Helliva like Stolas, you have to. He's the best boy. I'll probably learn only through drawing him. I have the talent of being able to sound like Gerson's laugh. Ooh, that's awesome. Why you wear red pants? You can't be stylisher than me. I wear pajama. I'm out of my pajama. I'm stylish now. You have no pants now? God. Alright, what am I looking at? We're looking at moving this thing over so we can have a proper background. Yeah, okay. We could we could move this around a little more. I'm trying to, and also this one calendar is like stuck to a lamp, and I haven't. It's, as you may have noticed, that other calendar over there is from 2023, and I wanted to untie it from the lamp in a way that sort of preserves the ribbon, and as you can see, I haven't figured that out yet. All right, well that was supposed to get a little bit more of the art in the frame. You're wondering about the sign? Well, I did tell you about the sign. That's honestly been there since March. That's honestly been there since March and no one's seen it. All right, I've also got canvases that are just sort of on the ground. Okay, you're freezing to death and being comfy. Alright, are my ground canvases kind of visible? That's great. Alright. And, I have this sticker sheet from Electric Bones webcomic that I keep trying to get top comment on, but now I have a class that is at the same time that Electric Bones updates, so the last few times that I have gotten top comment, because you can do it on purpose, the last few times that's actually been, I have been in class, fully in class, cracking open my yowie in the class. Alright, let me see. Alright, that's more artisanal, is it not? I could have been doing this the whole time. Now, it is less put together, as you can tell, less put together than simply having a mural, a collage, all of that. But, you know, I actually picked these colors so that they would go with the wall color, which I'm stuck with now. The wall color that I don't know, is nice and fine and rosy. Where was I going with that sentence? Anyway, I want to draw something. I do not know what is going on and who is still here, but I'm having a lovely time, I think. All right. Why am I in January? Because I took some of the art out of that calendar, because there was a sketchbook that I had, and the sketchbook had a plastic panel so you could make your own cover for the sketchbook. However, I thought, well, I bought this artist's stuff specifically, and then I never... What's creaking ominously back there? I never looked at the art like a second time, even though I sort of have it in a physical print because of the calendar, is what's happened there. And so I'm like, well, obviously I should rip out the art. Oh, River is acting me in the Discord to watch Homestuck the animated pilot. It trips me the hell up. I did watch that. I didn't get to react to it, but it trips me the hell up that that Tobias K9 is voicing the main character. I know it's completely plausible as a longtime fan and part of the community and I know it makes sense for somebody as into Homestuck as Toby Fox to be involved, and high profile as Toby Fox to be involved. And yet, what was with the text to speech in the stream, in the live stream, if we're just going to If you're just gonna come out here and be John June Egbert, come on, what's even happening? Okay, so talking about Yowie. My friend doesn't text me unless I do first. Should I be worried? I would feel awful if I lost her as well. Okay, well, my philosophy towards texting people is that I'm gonna stare off dramatically into the middle distance for a second while I consider that. My philosophy towards texting people, and perhaps maintaining a relationship, is that there's parts of it that are gonna feel embarrassing and stuff. Okay, what have I got for anime? Let's go like this. We're learning anime style. On the third canvas, we're learning anime style. Okay, and then go like this. Super simple. Simplification. I've done a couple of things like this so far. So, like, some people have something against double texting, you know? Sending 2 texts in a row. My philosophy towards that is you simply have to be vulnerable. And, and damn. I guess for me it's like expecting nothing in return but hoping for the best. I don't know if that kind of extreme statement is something that you would say applies to your friendship with this yaoi warrior so far. But I think of that as the main way to manage expectations. It's getting weird as I try to socialize more. I keep thinking that if I schedule something, and then if I show up for the thing that is scheduled, and then we have an activity together, I keep thinking that quality time is the ultimate way of expressing that you care for somebody, but I do not know if everybody thinks that way. I like putting a little nose like that, but that's not necessarily anime style. That might just be a style that I was developing for some original characters. All right, let's go like this, and go like this. Is there in fact an egg boy happening? Art encouragement is happening. Alright, what kind of eyes can we put? And I'm behind on the chat. I asked her and she says she's busy, and that makes sense. I'm just a wee bit worried. I mean, I guess it always does hurt to be the lonelier half of a friendship or any relationship. Alright, so let's go like this. And is this what eyes are made of? Let's cross-reference this with some eye styles, and how much eyebrow is typical for Magical Girl, and go like this, and this is neat. Okay, now I can look at the various styles of anime noses. What we can do. ASMR drawing stream commenced. Are the popsicles poisoned? I see you've seen the popsicles. I see you're viewing the popsicles. Popsicle viewer. ASMR drawing stream in my eyeshadow. Ooh, this is historical. The exact thoughts, but we forget Toby is a Tumblr girl first, and this has probably been a decades-long dream. Yeah, and then part of me wonders, like, if this, like, still preserves the privacy because because Toby figures like he's doing a voice, and that's different from sharing your voice because it's a voice that you're just kind of doing for fun. You know, that's part of my thought process. Okay, and what are some Sailor Moon poses? Because as we know, Sailor Moon pose. Let's put a cosplay. Let's put a cosplay on this as well for all of the best poses. Ooh, there's options. Ooh, okay. Well, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Will I flip the head to so that I can think of it more like the reference picture? Go on and flip. Oh my. Do. That's also, as we know, an excellent drawing technique for all of this. That's so exciting. I think my comment asking for stream schedule the other day was sent twice without consent. Oh, is YouTube creating an echo for you? Just for you? Well, my oh my, how special. Okay, so here we have this, slants inward a little bit, and I'm doing, I don't know, funny, hilarious stuff with the pointiness of a chin as I figure that out through several lines of trial and error. Alright, so here's this, and then what we want is cool hair. That's just realism, that's just actively happening, and happening like this, and also out to the side, and also out to the over here. Yeah, honestly, this is sort of a anime adjacent style that comes from that I've tried to do for specifically original characters. This is like from my Art Fight reference sheet. Okay, go like this, and go like this, and like this. Cool. Yeah, okay. I can figure out what a hand is every single time I draw one. What is this? What is this? Every single time I draw a hand, I'm learning what a hand looks like for the first time. Every single time I draw a hand with my hand, I've never seen a hand. This is something you might notice about me. Alright, what else are we looking at? There's Magdala saying, I mean, it's just that we've been friends for so long and we're so close, I'm just worried that I might lose my final pillar standing. Oh, and you're saying kid artist art style reminds me of something I saw recently. Oh yeah, we gotta see it. Is it To Be Hero X? I'm not sure. Oh, I just got a video about that suggested to me. Alright, let's zoom in on this one. Okay, there's like a fingers happening like this for this hand pose, and a thumb happening like this, and this is, I think this is what magical girl poses are made of. Okay, one like this, one like that, and you're kind of pointing and also looking. Cool. We'll figure that out, and kind of like that. But what else are we looking at? Roundness of eye, or okay, do I want to take inspiration from Delicious in Dungeon, because Delicious in Dungeon does not have this eye proportion, not in the slightest. I don't even think the halflings are going like this. But let's look up Delicious in Dungeon. But then is it like character design? I think that's how it is. I mean, don't we all know Toby's face, voice, and social security number? Thought it was common knowledge, should say. Look at my 3D-ness. I love the smudge tool. Oh yeah, what's going on? Yeah, is that an illustration of YouTube happening? There's Magdala saying I'll call Lotus 3D-ness for a while. Thanks for the idea. You know, you have to add to the list of nicknames. Okay, I'm seeing some really cool character design inspiration from Delicious in Dungeon. What type of options shall we roll with? I guess mainly detail on the on the side and here goes kind of like this, but also let's put one more layer up on here and look for those delicious dungeon inspirations once again. Go like this, go like this. Sure, delicious dungeon. And then the eyeballs. Okay, so the characters with the biggest eyes, everyone except for the humans is looking like. Everyone except for the humans is having some practically enormous eyes. Alright, well let's see what we can achieve here. Kinda like this, but also more of the reference images, taking a look at some specific elves, because I do love this art style. What's it do? What do we got? Okay, perhaps simply a little bit of detail around the eyes like this. I don't know if this ends up aligning with any style in particular, since I didn't really start out trying to imitate Delicious in Dungeon style. Alright, go like this, little bit like this, and then is that going to look like anything? I don't know. Let's keep on doing maybe pose and then detail on the hair. Let's see what happens. She's doing the thing from Chainsaw Move, the con. Wait, the fox, the oh my gosh. Okay, there's Aisha saying, I'm sad there's no humans I can render skin for. My censure, the Sir Von Booty and Mr. Ass Biter. Oh wait, did the censorship come in later? It's too holy and we're demons. Okay, there's anime, but I don't think rendering would work because you put in all of the shades and things. It's interesting to consider. Okay, God, I'm so good at stealing others' ideas and use it for myself, says Magdala. Oh my, this is Nico Shushu saying my ADHD is annoying me. It's getting hard to stay focused on the stream. I feel like gaming or doing some lore writing. I mean, honestly, I go into these being like, haha, it's time for me to be some background noise. Woohoo, here we go. But I suppose that in order to give you the highest experience of interacting with the chat, I would need to narrate all of what's going on in the chat so you don't miss a thing, and so then all of it can be in your ear and not just whatever I happen to be thinking at the moment. Ooh, talking about lore, talking about roleplay stuff and lore. That's what's happening next. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, so in anime fashion, I've created a pretty big head, as you do in anime. But if I'm going more of a Delicious in Dungeon sort of way with this, which I don't know if I am, because we started out like cute or something. We started out low detail and kind of cute, and then Delicious in Dungeon is famous for the, I don't know, amount of variety and detail, and a couple of things are cute, but not so many. Okay, so what else am I putting? Like this for hair, like this for hair also. I always like when there's a pointy thing going on in the hair. And then does the ear and the Delicious in Dungeon inspiration mean that this is halfling type of art, halfling and magical girl type of art? And then there's, in terms of real life updates, I got some skincare because I was breaking out as much as I was at puberty. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Is it helping? I wonder, but I mean, it's sending more messages, so I guess the answer may be here. Depends on how bad it was during puberty, but that still sucks. Later, I had a conversation with my brother where I told them I was named after an Indian actress who was known for her beauty. And he said, too bad you didn't get that luck with the acne. What? Like the luck of clear actress type skin. I mean, is it luck when an actress has it, or is it the photo brushing and the team and the everything? Still, what the hell? What the hell? Okay, what else am I looking at? Go like this in the face. As much fun as I have with making a very large eyes, as much fun as I have with that, maybe proportionally, most anime do not do so like that. Okay, what will be the most fun details to make this interesting in the time that I a lot left for this stream? A little bit like this. Is this good positioning? Did I mess that up? Well, it's still a face. Still certainly a face. Alright. What are the most fun details I can have? I ask myself. You want dwarven cities. You're named after your great-grandpa. Your name is biblical. Nice to meet you, Michael. Alright, and here is a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and yeah, okay, we'll bump out the face just a little bit. And alright, that's kind of nice, but I will certainly put more shoulder and arm. Okay. There's Aisha Love saying, just wanted to share my kid brother's monumental roast. Roasted, toasted, cooked, dare you say? Generational burn. He's 13, so it's to be expected. I mean, isn't that a dangerous age to be throwing shade about acne of all things? Wow, watch out, little kid. Okay, passed down in the family for the giggles. I nearly slapped him though. Yeet that child. Yo to the child. Okay, you nerdly slap. Like Birdly. That's what Jaro does. Excuse me, excuse you. That's really funny. You just said nice to meet you, Michael. Guess what my brother's name is? No freaking way out here. Am I settling on some Michael guesses? I mean, it was one of the most popular names for a little bit there, so it's one of those safe type of guesses. All right, what else can I add to this pose? We go back to the Sailor Moon for just a little bit of, God, what the hell? I'm on the K-pop Demon Hunters subreddit, and someone drew fan art of Huntrix doing the Akira slide, but for some reason they're like steering, they're kind of steering that tiger. If I will show this for a moment, that's okay, wait, who is this by? This is, I guess the artist is someone called Dee Toon. Anyway, of all the silly things to do in art, that's certainly taking some cake. Okay, there's Brian. He's named after a Formula driver. Didn't know baby food had drivers. Michael Schumacher. Huh, really? For some reason, I didn't think about that as a possibility, people being named after Formula drivers. Alright, what else am I looking at? Sailor Moon. But like specifically cosplay, but specifically pose. Where did I have the reference image open before that I happen to have lost it now? Okay, so go like this, and the rest of the pose is like this. Cool stuff. and then, yeah, okay, that's how much of the pose I can be doing. Alright, and then I wanted to communicate, I don't know, cool outfit, having a cool outfit. Okay. What in the world am I looking for? I could have sworn that I sent one of these to myself, but if not, then perhaps I've simply bookmarked the page. This is nuts. This is bonkers in the yonkers. This is balls. They're saying, Michael Schumacher, my beloved, loved his Billie Jean song. Billie Jean is not his lover, she's just a girl who says that he is the one. There's, okay, I should love saying, I'm named after Aishwarya Rai if you were curious. Ooh, I am curious now to see this individual. Okay, well, glamorous in the movies. No, that's pretty cool. How do I find art references that I have lost? It's gonna be an art. Maybe I can search for it. Oh dear. Alright. I have I've taken too many bookmarks, so now even when I can sort of remember something that I want to use as inspiration, all I have now is the weak effects of my own brain, of my own memory. Now how devastating. Alright, we're gonna do this without references. I'm gonna be so strong, and I'm gonna love whatever happens, and I'm gonna trust the process, and it's gonna be fine. Alright, let's go. And there's Curios. Sounds like what Doritos would come up with for a name as a detective mascot. Well, Curio is also like that's a word, isn't it? I think that's from Webkins. Curios. Definition? No, the other one. Curio. And then like plural. A rare, unusual, or intriguing object. That's what a curio is. Cool stuff. Okay, you're saying maybe that name already exists. If it doesn't, I'm trademarking that tomorrow. I mean, might as well. Trademark it in the Doritos sense. Alright, and then are Sailor's Moons usually wearing like a crown or something? Let's put cool stars on you. It's gonna go like that, and then like that, and then like this. Let's put even cooler stars. I'm iterating the design of this star. Yes, okay. Kind of a shuriken, and then pointing outward like this. I'm gonna make cool accessories, but I do not know what the inspiration for accessories should be, other than some cool twinkles, because that's the first thing that comes to mind. And also being inspired by Sailor Moon type of things. Okay, where can I put all of the cool and interesting hair? Go like this, and like this, and just sort of wave dramatically and majestically. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want from a long hair. Wave dramatically and majestically. Okay, go like that, and that. And a little bit like this. Very awesome stuff happening. Okay, a little bit taller to increase the resemblance. Ba-da-ba. Yeah, okay. What things am I missing in the chat? You're saying you can tell my parents were young parents based on the fact that we're named after celebrities, I think. I mean, there's worse ways to choose a name than picking somebody that it worked out for and kind of going with that. There's worse ways to choose a name. There's the dictionary got the name before you, and legends say my name was a real key smash. I thought it was pronounceable. That's the meaning. I thought mine was pronounceable. But little did I know that everybody looks at an X and goes, yeah, I'm not even French. I'm not even French. I just have mutuals on Tumblr who are French, which, I don't know, that's kind of close for comfort historically. Alright, what are we putting? A cool outfit, Sailor Moon inspiration, but also maybe fun and flowy things? I don't know. Well, okay, if you just start with the Sailor Moon outfit, then obviously you are sailoring. Here's the two parts of the collar that happen when you're being a sailor. And then here's the other parts of this that happen when you are being a moon. And then what's an arm made out of? Go like this. And okay, so that's a starting point for an outfit. But I want to put interesting flowy things, like a half a cape or something, and the cape only goes, I don't know, halfway along your body. That happens in anime sometimes, does it not? That happens? Please tell me. Okay. Ooh, yes, a transparent, gauzy sort of a cape, sort of a thing. Yes, this is what we're doing. Alright, things that we've missed in the chat. Thought you were calling me a dictionary, in which case chat would have caught up to everyone who's met me in real life. What did I do? Oh dear. And I feel like I immediately knew how to say your name. It's much appreciated. Everyone's key smashing it. Everyone's garbling it. And honestly, that's what happens to me in government institutions such as the DMV as well. But this is simply, I don't know, ridiculous. There's Joro, read my previous comment the right way, you dyslexic sandboa. Alright, we're going all the way up. We're going all the way up. Legends say Jaro's real name was a key smash. Look, I tried just now. And you trademarked things and you're getting sued. That's how to read it, right? That's how to read it, correct? Alright. I guess I'm gonna put these eyeballs back to the exaggerated sort of large sort of placement on the skull. Why not? That's what we shall do. Exaggerated, large, cutesy sort of things are happening. Go like this and like this. And what I want to wonder next is like how much glimmering cute stuff can I put, because I feel like that's what the proportions are sort of leading up to. Like this, and I've messed up the eyes, haven't I? And it's tough for me to tell because I haven't flipped this. In any case, keep on going like this. 7 minutes left on a stream, and then I try my hardest to save my ass on several homeworks. Good God, what am I gonna do first? Well, project management is due today, and I'm not behind on that class in the slightest. So we're gonna continue to keep up that streak, and we're going to ignore the one that I'm 3 weeks behind on. Okay, go like this, and like this, and then after the project management one is turned in, then what else I want to do? I mean, I guess obviously the ones that are not due yet. Okay. The ones that are due on on the weekend. And then once all of those are turned in, we are having... Okay, cool twinkly things on the hair. Success. Cool stuff happening. All the ones that I am behind on shall proceed. Okay, so I've seen other art styles. If I'm not thinking of Delicious in Dungeon, then are we going a little bit more cute? Okay, and things I missed in the chat. It's like J-O-L-R-O. I've been saying Jaro, and well, I mean, there's certainly not a hard X sound in there. Okay, there's this misspelling. I'm being assigned Jax Zaro. Okay. You're really convincing me to put a dot in my name instead of the current sort of predicament. Okay, wish my hair was this fabulous. I don't know. I think you're honestly pretty close. You just need a dramatic breeze. Your one dramatic breeze photo shoot away from this. Well, it can be, but it takes 30 minutes of diffusing. You know it's possible. There's simply saying, I said your real name, not your username. Your username was made on purpose according to your stories. Oh, there. Look, okay, wait. The only thing that comforts me about my real name is that my mama tells me it means a song in her heart. And you know what? Sometimes I wish that my umbilical cord were not still attached. But a lot of the time, that's very sweet. And you know what? It's a sign of all the love and stuff. And so even though it's unspellable, unpronounceable, and in roll call situations I answer to awkward silence because I've learned to predict when someone is not going to be able to pronounce my shit. It's the intention was good, was loving. This, okay, I look great when you sent a picture in the Discord. Wish I had hair at all. Am I dumb? Didn't you say your username was your name? Oh, no, they're both unpronounceable. The story behind the real name is that sometimes it's like connected to stuff that like pops up on this screen because this is my computer, and then it's spelled so uniquely that in the past when I have Googled it, it gives the exact address that I actually live at for real. The exact one I live at for real. Which is why sometimes I private a stream if one of those things popped up. Ooh, okay, let's look at some anime art inspiration. Let's go like this. And we can increase the amount of animation that's happening. The camera is shaking. There's real name lore happening. And indeed, what details can I put since we're almost out of here? This is a level of cuteness is here. I'm trying to go all moe. I'm trying to go all like this kind of details on you that match with the big eyes. But all of these references that are coming up, they're sort of 2000s, huh? It does show, but that's not so bad, you know? That's not so bad. Is that a little bit too far in? That might be a little bit too far in. Okay, go like this, and ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Sure, yes, that's what we want out of an eyeball. Not sight, not vision. What we want out of an eyeball is how kawaii this should be. Alright, go like this. How do eyes work from the side? Every single time so far I have asked myself this. Have I found the answer yet? One would think that I would. Alright. Is that how eyes work from the side? It feels like maybe no. It feels like maybe no. Alright, well we keep on going. Such as this. A little bit of eyebrows up in here. How much eyebrows go into this art style? They had it pretty thin. They had it pretty thin depending on what art style you are talking about. I don't know. I've always liked to draw the thicker eyebrows in my entire journey of drawing and learning art, I want to say. And proportionally have I messed things up every time, I wonder. Okay, there's you need the real name, an address, and an SSN. I'm not the Italian mob, I promise. You like pineapple pizza, how could I be? There's I should have saying, oh my god, I was gonna ask if you can reveal because I'm so curious, but now that's probably not the best. I mean, if you're in one of these streams for long enough, since it pops up automatically sometimes when I'm not careful, there's a chance that you see. I don't know. Yeah, you're a regulars up in here. It's maybe fine. It's probably fine. All right, so here's a smiley. Oh, I got some things have gotten sort of adorable up in here. Okay, and go like this. We're at the 2-hour mark, and I'm gonna have to condemn myself to homework, aren't I? I'm gonna have to do such a thing. Well, okay. I guess some cool details if I can't do a full outfit, some cool details that I could put on here. I really wanted to put like a bunch of interesting charms and necklacey things going on. And maybe if I put like this, does this like show any emotion, or is it just several? Yeah, okay, that's not the most skillful sort of thing you could bring to this drawing, and by you I mean me, just me. Okay, so like this, and some things are like sparkling around. Because that's my vision when I think magical girl. Here is a character, here is something cool happening. What I think is cool accessories. Specifically, the best sort of accessories. Alright, well that's a certain amount of lines. I do declare, if I spend very much longer in here, I'm absolutely going to eat asphalt on these assignments and things. You did hear me correctly. Asphalt, like the things that roads are made out of. I'm realizing the syllables are not that great. Alright, so anonymity being emphasized in the chat as we start to hang out. There's what are you saying? Doesn't your name mean sun or something like that? Seems closer to that. Still burned in my mind. Not purposefully. I'm cursed with photographic memory. No, the specific spelling of my name that you may have seen on the streams. My mom was rubbing her belly one day while pregnant with me, and this is the story that she'll tell everyone, even if we just met some, so I don't actually know why I'm being touchy about privacy, because when people meet me in real life, they know this anyway. And apparently the melody of the name just sort of came to her, and she was like, it's like a song in my heart. Is that what you want to be named? And apparently she heard like a yes or something. It's been going great, I will say. I get called on just a little bit less in my accounting class, where everyone gets called on except for people who are sitting in the middle and have a harder name to pronounce, but the instructor is learning to pronounce my name bit by bit. Anyway, you're saying, is this racist as you practice your Spanish? No, this is Duolingo. I solely want to know your name to see if I could pronounce it as I'm told. I'm good with it. I'm now kind of curious. There's Olivia from Knights of Guinevere. Oh, did I go in some direction like that? Want to be him and get it first try. There's cutely stuff going on, and okay, that's what this drawing is like. You finished your drawing of Hitalia, Prussia. Oh my gosh, wait, is this actually in the show? That's some interesting stuff. Hey, the art is happening, is popping off, and there's asphalt is crazy, and there's goodbyes happening, and you could speak as a fetus. Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh my Jesus! You know, of all of the things to exclaim, that seems really appropriate. You ever seen those medieval paintings of a baby Jesus looking like a weird bald little man? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the vibe that I'll end up this stream off on. Have a great rest of your day. It's great to see you. Hopefully I'll be able to stream normal style next time. I really want to get all my homework done. Let's do it.